What's up YouTube, it's Dr. Zor helping cure you from being a noob. Today's video is going to be about aim trainers. You may be familiar with these external programs such as Kovaaks Aim Trainer and Aimlabs that have tools that seem to be helpful for your aim, but are they actually that good for helping you in Valorant? Will practicing on it get you a higher rank, and will using aim trainers get you better overall at the game? All that's going to be answered here. If this helps you out, make sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, like the video, and comment on what you do to practice your aim. I also stream on Twitch, so make sure to follow that. All my socials are in the description. Now let's get into the video. Jumping right into it, what exactly is an aim trainer? I know some viewers may already know what it is, but if you don't, it's an external software apart from Valorant that players can use to perform different aim drills. By performing these drills, you can potentially improve your aim in different ways. You can work on your flicks, your tracking, hitting small targets, hitting large targets, hitting moving targets. The list goes on, and if you have an aspect that you want to work on, these aim trainers probably have it. The most popular aim trainers used are Kovaaks, which costs $10 on Steam, and the newly released Aimlabs, which is free on Steam. I want you guys to take a note of these prices because they will play a factor on my decision for whether these aim trainers help you or not. Also, this video is not sponsored, so all these opinions are my own through personal experience. So based on what I've said so far, aim trainers sound fantastic, right? You can improve all these areas of your aim with different drills, and if you improve your aim in there, you'll be able to play better and have better aim in Valorant, right? The answer to that is it depends. Woohoo! The most common and hated word in all of physical therapy school, baby. Now hear me out. You did all these aim drills and you practiced them, so theoretically your aim improved. So yes, the aim trainer was effective, but how much it directly translates into Valorant is very questionable. Especially with the main way that people practice with aim trainers, you grab a pistol and then you're doing the different drills and tapping away at targets. There isn't much recoil involved like Valorant requires you control with big guns such as the Phantom and Vandal. So how much that aim practice worked is pretty iffy because there's different aspects of Valorant that you have to consider rather than simply standing still and aiming. Now yes, I do realize that you can allow your characters to move and you can switch to different weapons to try to mimic the weapons in Valorant on these aim trainers, but unless the coding is exactly the same as Valorant, it just won't feel the same. The targets are different, the enemy models aren't the same length and width, the map background is different. There are just so many aspects in an aim trainer that are different from Valorant that makes them less effective than you'd initially think. And this is where I hit you with the physical therapy knowledge that will help further explain what I just said. In physical therapy, we have to get patients to practice the tasks and goals that they actually have in mind. For example, if someone's coming in trying to get back to soccer, we can give the best strength exercises ever. We could give her the deadlift, get her to 3 plates, get her squat up to 4 plates, and that's all nice and dandy. But if we never actually practice soccer related activities such as agility drills, kicking, cutting quickly to change direction, if we don't practice these specific tasks that the patient actually has to do in soccer, she won't actually be able to make that good improvements. Imagine if an NBA player never actually practiced basketball and they just grind it out at the gym. They'll get stronger for sure and it will benefit them from basketball, but they're not actually going to be able to directly improve their basketball skills by working out at the gym. So this concept is kind of the same with Valorant and aim trainers. Aim trainers will improve your aim and get you better at different aspects of your aim, but what you have to do from there is take that improvement and put it back into Valorant and in Valorant related scenarios. If you're practicing your tracking on Aimlabs, you want to make sure that you practice that in the actual game as well and in the training range so that the drill becomes your actual gameplay. Likewise, if you're working on your flicking with grid shot for example, you want to make sure you're hitting those flicks the exact same way you were trying to do in aim trainer and put that into Valorant. Essentially, you want to make sure everything you practice actually is used into the game, otherwise it defeats the purpose of using the aim trainer. With that being said, you can translate some of the skills learned from Aim Trainer onto Valorant, but that actually isn't the main point of these programs. Again, aiming mechanics in Valorant and these aim trainers are very different. You won't be able to practice certain aspects involved in aiming on Valorant, such as peeking angles, holding angles, and strategic play and use of abilities that all play a role in your aim. So while there are some drills that can help a bit, it won't make you an aim god at Valorant, but it does something else that's just as important, which is improving your ability to maneuver your mouse and master your sensitivity. With aim trainers like Aimlabs, there are many drills that involve tracking targets from different angles, which actually works decently well with Valorant. There are many enemies that will be on level ground with you, but there's also some stairways and higher platforms such as Garage Window and Heaven on Haven, where you'll have to get used to aiming down on enemies or aiming up at enemies, and Aim Trainers does a great job at making sure you're prepared to aim at whatever position an enemy may be. If someone jumps at you at a high angle or someone pushes you from an unexpected position, you'll be able to flick onto them due to the practice that you've done. And with the large number of targets you can practice with in a short amount of time on these Aim Trainers, you'll really be able to place your aim exactly where you want it and get a good feel of what your sensitivity is like. That's the big reason to use aim trainers if you're practicing for Valorant. So if you're trying a new sensitivity or mouse, or just have a sensitivity that you don't feel great with currently, aim trainers can greatly help with that. And once you've achieved this goal, honestly, you don't really need the aim trainer anymore, and you want to go into actual aim mechanics with Valorant itself. Now we're going to go over the training routine that you can use on these aim trainers to get better at Valorant, but make sure again that you're subscribed to the channel and you've liked the video. And before we do that, I do want to make one more note that can give you a clear idea of what these aim trainers were originally designed for. If we look at the most popular aim trainer, which is Kovaaks, it actually got popularized by Fortnite. So it wasn't Counter-Strike, it wasn't Overwatch, it wasn't a first-person shooter that got this aim trainer popular, it was a third-person shooter. And if we take a look at the drills that you have to do on these aim trainers, you'll notice that they actually fit a lot better with third-person shooters rather than a first-person shooter. So with Fortnite, you have to be prepared for enemies that could come to you from multiple distances and angles, as well as having accurate, speedy placements of your builds, and these mechanics are the reason Kovaaks works so effectively with this game. Enemies could be really high or really low, you may need to flick up or to the side to get a quick wall off to block a shot. These speedy actions are what these aim trainers really excel at, being able to master your sensitivity and be able to flick onto the target or position you need in an instant. And because you had to be so fast in Fortnite, the aim trainer worked really well for those in-game mechanics. In Valorant, you don't really have to worry as much about these positions. No one's really going to be raining down from the sky and crushing you with a wall roof double edit shotgun shot on you. You still have to react fast in Valorant, but you don't have to do nearly as much button smashing and quick crosshair flicks all over the screen to battle an enemy. So this was just an example to reiterate my point that aim trainers will help to master your sensitivity, but it won't help you any further with the rest of the aim mechanics that are involved in Valorant. So once you've completed this goal, you want to practice more in the actual game. And I'll end this section off by mentioning that no big player currently in Valorant or in CSGO got as good as they did by playing hours of aim training. They got better by practicing the game itself. With that being said, you're probably wondering, what drills should I do with these aim trainers and how long should I spend with aim trainers if I choose to do so? So if you're a beginner, I would say that aim trainers will definitely help you out with getting used to basic aiming. So anyone between the ranks of Iron to Platinum, this will be pretty useful, and I would spend around 20 to 30 minutes working with the specific drills you need to work on, and the rest of your aim training could be another 30 minutes in the training range working on different drills there. But I really wouldn't spend more than an hour on the aim training, as you should really get into games at that point to really apply the mechanics that you're working on. I personally don't have too much experience with Kovaaks, and I also think you guys shouldn't be spending money to improve your aim, but on Aimlabs, I personally think the default training workshops are all you really need, and if you're just starting out, I would split up your training amongst all 6 of the drills that are available. From there, I would say the best drill to do that's most relevant to Valorant is grid shot. The targets are really close to one another, and some of them will appear just far enough to be a realistic flick that you might have to do in Valorant. You'll also see amongst the sponsored streamers and pros for Aimlabs that they mainly only do grid shot as well, and this should be what you spend most of your time on as you get better with the other drills. If you're higher ranking from there, I would say you could use Aimlabs as more of a warm-up before practicing your aim in the training range on Valorant, which will be more beneficial in applying more of the actual Valorant aim mechanics. So a quick 5 to 10 minutes of grid shot can help you get comfortable with your sensitivity, and then from there you're all set to go and can go into Valorant Valorant to frag out. That's all I have for this video. To summarize, aim trainers are really good for mastering your sensitivity when you're just starting out at Valorant and are in the lower rankings, but from there they start to lose their effectiveness and you should go into more in-game training instead. If this video helped you out, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment down below if you use an aim trainer or not and why. Also make sure to follow me on my other socials. We have Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and Instagram. All that's in the description. That will also help accelerate your gameplay, and it also helps me interact with you guys on a deeper level. I'm Dr. Zora, helping cure you from being a noob, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.